As 2025 comes to an end, I want to touch on a couple of things. It's been an amazingly chaotic year for many, many people. And so it started in 2024 with a tremendous amount of information coming at us at 90 miles an hour with gusts up to 120. It's been relentless. And in that relentless cavalcade of information, our nervous systems become dysregulated. And when our nervous systems become dysregulated, we actually shrink in our capacity. We become very narrow in our ability to function from a state of level-headed, consistent, persistent reasoning. And when this builds up over a long period of time, it becomes a habituated way of seeing the world. And when we see the world through this cloudy lens, when we see the world through this distorted view of, oh my gosh, the sky is falling or whatever the case may be, it affects us in many ways. Not only our nervous system, but also our health, how we relate to other people, how we relate with friends, family, how much sleep we get, how we eat, how we fuel our body, how we take care of our body. It becomes like this self-fulfilling prophecy of, I am in danger. Now, our nervous system is designed to keep us safe. Our nervous system is designed to protect us from perceived danger. The key word here is perceived. Now, here's what I mean by that as a key word. You've been to movies with a friend, and it's seldom if ever that you come out with the same favorite scene, yet you saw the same thing at the same time. This is because different people give different meaning to the same thing. Now, regardless of what side of the aisle you're on, I think we can all agree that the last year and a half has been very, very intense, right? You're swung in and out of balance and imbalance. And that rhythm of going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth can be very unsettling. And as that lands in the body, we start to identify the world as being an unsettled place. Then we start to look through that lens, and then we transfigure out into the world that which we believe is true. Rene Descartes said it this way. Descartes said, I think, therefore I am. Well, what happens if the I am that I think I am is dysregulated, is not worthy, is not good enough, is not lovable, whatever the case may be? And that becomes our reality, and that is how we see the world. We start to then experience that in the world from our surroundings. And when we experience that, we say, yes, it's true. I know it's true. And it becomes familiar. And when something becomes familiar, it becomes habituated. And when it's habituated, anything outside of that becomes uncomfortable to shift, to change. And we start to look at the world through that narrow lens. It takes a spiritual gangster to start breaking out of that. You got to start breaking out of that by changing the way you think, changing what you focus on, changing what you're listening to, changing who you're hanging out with, changing what you're watching on television, changing the self-talk. Pay attention to what you say because you're listening. And in order to do this, it takes capacity. Not just thought, capacity. Some people say, just have a positive mental attitude. That'll solve everything. Have a positive mental attitude. That will get you through this. Well, guess what? If having a positive mental attitude was the only key, everyone that's ever read How to Win Friends and Influence People, Think and Grow Rich, The Magic of Thinking Big, anyone that's ever read that would be in a positive state. That's just part of it, folks. The bigger part of it is, how do I embody that in my nervous system? Because the nervous system regulates, it dictates your capacity to be a greater version of who you are, the capacity to be a powerful, mighty creator with intentionality, with a sense of purpose, with a sense of well-being, with a sense of calmness. A calmness that emanates out into the world, sends a ripple effect of peace out into the world, however you define that. A sense of purpose out into the world, however you define that. It's from that capacity that we are regulated, not dysregulated, not being blown around by the winds of whatever's going on, but steady, calm, and yes, centered. So that, I believe, is the big lesson of 2025. In the midst of all the chaos, how do we remain in that yes? How do we do that? Well, I believe it's a turning inward on a regular basis. Starting to get in touch with that inner wisdom, that inner power, that inner potency, that calm lake that's relaxed and peaceful. And in that calm state, focusing on desired outcomes, specifically desired outcomes for what it is that we would like to experience in our life, what it is that is important to us, regardless of what that is. We have the right to choose that. When we choose from that state of calm and peace and focus on that, the capacity, our ability to expand our potency multiplies. And in that multiplication, we start to see results. We start to attract into us. We start to materialize. And it all starts with us being this lightning rod of peace versus this lightning rod of chaos. Lightning rod of peace. And in that peace, we have a centeredness that we know is unshakable. No matter what's going on out in the world, we're good. And in that state of goodness, we have more to share, more to give with other people. And when we have more to share and more to give with other people, we start to build a tribe, we start to build a community, we start to build a movement. Well, what if the movement is based on peaceful warrior? What if the movement is based on compounding kindness? What if the movement is based on transforming something difficult into inspiration? What if the movement is based on the truth about me is that I am worthy, good enough, lovable, and brilliant? What if that's the truth that starts to expand in the capacity of our nervous system? A nervous system is regulated by an ever-growing sense of yes. You see, I believe that 2025 has been incredibly difficult for one purpose and one purpose only: to create enough momentum to get enough people to shift, to make that switch that says, no more. I'm standing in the truth of who I am. No more. I'm going to move forward with power, potency, poise, and a sense of determination like never before. No more. I am that I am. I'm a powerful creator. I'm going to get this done. This is the time to do it. The world is not going to wait any longer for positive mental people to come forward. It's my responsibility. It's my time to do this now. I believe that that's what 2025 has been about. At least that's what it's been about for me. Some people didn't wake up. You've all heard, some of you have heard me say this before. Some people didn't wake up this morning. Some people did not wake up this morning. Some people don't have the ability, the opportunity to listen to something that's profound. That's going to come out of your mouth. It's going to come out of your awareness. So what's holding you back from speaking up, from speaking your truth? Don't you think that's like maybe a little selfish? Don't you have something to say? Don't you have something powerful to share with the world? Don't you have something to give? Don't you have an experience that's powerful and potent? Maybe that self-talk is going, I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable, nobody will listen to me. Well, that's horse pucky. We all have something valuable to contribute. And I believe that it's up to us to do that. That's just my belief. You may agree with it, you may not agree with it, that's cool. I'm right here to legislate right or wrong or good or bad. I'm just sharing with you my opinion. So I'm going to offer that as you make 2026 your year to do something powerful, magnificent, and potent, you'll look back on 2025 and you'll say, thank you. Thank you for that rough patch because it woke me up. Thank you for that rough patch because it gave me purpose. Thank you for that rough patch because it gave me a perspective that otherwise I wouldn't have. You see, we live in a world of contrast, right? Happy because of sad, hungry because of full, love because of hate, balance because of imbalance, calm because of chaos. Without that contrast, we would have nothing to measure progress with. I'm going to invite you to let this sink into your body. And if this message is resonating with you, great. If it's not, it's not. That's cool. But if it's resonating with you, like and subscribe for more information like this. You can find me on every single social media platform. Be kind, be well, be a blessing.